Hey, it's Stuck in Crossfire again, showing you another gameplay video. In this video, I believe it was one of my earlier videos. I haven't had a chance to edit it. I ended up going 33 and 5. But this video is going to be less of tips and hints. It's going to be more of a conversational video where we talk about what constitutes a good player in Call of Duty. Recently, actually this past weekend, I was talking to some people while I was going out, and someone comes up to me and says, "Oh, I heard you're good at Call of Duty," and then proceeded to challenge me to a throwing knife battle. And immediately I'm like, throwing knife battle? What, you just sit in private matches and do throwing knives all day with your friends? I mean, sure, it takes some type of skill, but it's also one of those type of skills that as long as you practice enough, you should be good at it. Just like I believe quickscoping used to be in Modern Warfare 2. So that used to frustrate me a little bit, how people used to call people tryhards or such for not quickscoping. I want to know your guys' opinions on this. Leave some comments below discussing whether or not you think quickscoping is a skill that should be valued, or rather a skill that's just practiced over and over again, and in fact the people quickscoping are the tryhards. Because in my opinion, if you're trying so hard to do one specific thing in the game, aren't you the one that's really trying way too hard at the game? In my opinion, I don't feel like this game you're considered good unless you're actually playing the way it's supposed to be played. Which you could argue, you know, quickscoping's there, that's the way it's supposed to be played, but I mean, straight shoot 'em up battles is what I feel is the, straight standard for what constitutes a good player, because in a game battles match or MLG pro players playing Call of Duty, you're not going to be judged based on how well you can quickscope or how well you can, throw a random throwing knife across the map at the beginning of the game, and that's how I feel about that. Leave comments below, you disagree, agree with that. I would like to hear some responses, because I don't know how the rest of the gaming community feels about throwing knives and quickscoping and whether or not that makes a skill, because there's what I believe makes a good player is the cultivation of multiple skills for the game, of shooting, running, knowing the maps, using everything in the game that you can, not just specifically quickscoping, throwing a knife type of gameplay. So in my opinion, the overall basis for skill is how much you can do well and how you can adhere to different situations and change your tactics and do that successfully where you can win. Because unless you're on a team where you have distinctive roles and you are supposed to adhere to that role only, then you're going to be playing alone, or you're going to be playing in a match with a bunch of random people, and you're going to need to change your tactics where you're going to have to do something different. And even when you're playing with a team, you're going to have to change to the situation. You can't always run out and do the same thing that you did with one team. An example can be that when I was with a group of people, we were playing Search and Destroy back in Modern Warfare 2, and we would go the same routes every time. We'd have our routes that we were comfortable with, and we'd run them, and we would win in lobbies. We'd stay in and obviously be like, wow, we just creamed this team, let's stay in and do it again. And eventually, by the third, fourth game, or even the fifth game, people will start to realize what you're doing. They know how you're going to play, and by letting them know how you're going to play the match, lets them know what to avoid and what to watch out for. By being diverse as a player, that means that you keep them on their toes and you overall become a better player, because if you can be good at multiple strategies, then no one can predict what you're going to do. Being predictable makes you have a disadvantage, because if they can guess what you're going to do, then you automatically lost. Like, you're going to lose gun battles, you're going to lose any type of objective game if they know exactly the path you're going to go to plan or whatever. So please thumbs up and subscribe, and also in the comments below discuss whether or not you agree or disagree with my criteria to be a good player, or just list your own criteria for what you see to be a good player. Also, in the next video, would you rather me discuss gameplay and tips, or just have a conversation like this? This is Stuck in Crossfire, signing out.